Hello, friends! Welcome back to Health Highlights, where I spend the time learning about all things health and bring you the highlights. How much protein should you eat in a day? This question is difficult to answer, but I would say it depends on what your health goals are. There are two schools of thought that I will discuss, and you can see what school best fits you. I fall in between both of them, and will let you know what I've decided works for me at this time. The first school of thought is that a lot of protein is needed every day. As we age, we lose muscle and get anabolic resistance, which is a decrease in nutrient sensing in the muscle and an inefficiency to utilize protein. In order to overcome anabolic resistance and maintain and/or build muscle mass, we need to eat more protein at one setting. 30 to 50 grams at one time is what is needed if you are resistance training or not. 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight should be consumed daily. In order to do this, eating animal protein is recommended. Animal protein makes it easier to get the amino acids you need. For example, 4 ounces of chicken has 30 grams of protein, which has the amino acid equivalent to 6 cups of the plant-based protein in quinoa, which obviously would be hard to eat due to the amount of food. Also, animal protein is higher in bioavailability than plant protein. This means your body can absorb and utilize this protein better. Another school of thought suggests we only need 20 to 30 grams of protein total per day. This school says we recycle protein in the lining of our gut wall daily. We don't waste those cells, we use them. We have a continuous source of protein that makes up for any protein we lack. In addition to, a study showed that 30 grams of protein versus 90 grams of protein per day showed the same muscle synthesis, showing that the body doesn't need more than 30 grams of protein per day. The excess protein over 30 grams per day doesn't get wasted. It gets converted to sugar, then fat. Again, proving you don't need more than 30 grams of protein per day for muscle synthesis. Longevity researchers agree that 20 to 30 grams of protein per day will help you live longer. They also acknowledge that at age 65 or 70, protein intake needs to increase. Many blue zones, areas where people live the longest, limit animal protein in their diet. Several amino acids in protein stimulate mTOR, or mechanistic target of rapamycin. People argue that when this is stimulated, you have a growth factor that may contribute to cancer. Proponents of eating higher protein say that mTOR isn't a singular dial that controls growth, and that other different macronutrients stimulate it as well. Excess calories and insulin stimulates mTOR, which the liver and pancreas are sensitive to. Also stimulated by animal protein is insulin growth factor 1, or IGF-1. When animal protein is decreased, IGF-1 decreases. Low IGF-1 is linked to longevity and successful aging. Proponents of high protein say if IGF-1 were a problem, then people in their late 20s and 30s would have the highest rate of cancer, since IGF-1 is the highest during these ages. Those are some of the main ideas surrounding how much protein to eat a day. Still confused? I am too. I personally like eating protein because it helps me feel full, but I have learned a lot about longevity, and studies definitely show that less protein helps in living longer, healthier. So I try to get the best of both worlds. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I fast for 16 hours before eating and combine this with a low protein eating day. I say low, but I'm definitely closer to 30 grams for the day, maybe even higher. I basically don't eat any foods considered a protein. No meat, nuts, dairy, or eggs. I just eat fat, vegetables, and a small amount of fruit. It is very easy to get to 30 grams of protein, as everything has some protein in it. I actually shoot for 20 grams of protein on these days, but end up closer to 30. The rest of the days of the week, I eat whatever protein sources I want and don't count the grams. I eat nuts, goat cheese, grass-fed, grass-finished beef, salmon, and eggs. No, not all in one day. Doing this rotation gives my body a break from a lot of protein, if it needs it. I feel great eating in this pattern, so I keep it up. I got the idea from the book Glow 15 by Naomi Whittle. She says it is good to do low protein days to help your body clean up its cells that are not working where they should be. I'll include a link in the description bar if you're interested in her book. The bottom line is, do what is right for your body. Try different things. What feels good and gives you energy? Keep that up. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss any health highlights. Let me know in the comments what amount of protein your body likes and what you would like to learn more about. Until next time, here's to health.